Let's divide this complex rational expression here. So for us to be able to do that, so we have 7 minus 2i over 3 plus 4i, where I stands for the imaginary number, okay? So for us to be able to divide it, what's going to happen? We're going to have to find the conjugate of the denominator. So 3 plus 4i is going to become, the conjugate is going to be 3 minus 4i, and then multiply this fraction by another fraction created with the conjugate. So what does that mean? So we're multiplying this one by the same 3 minus 4i over 3 minus 4i. All right? And that's the conjugate, right? The conjugate of 3 plus 4i is 3 minus 4i. So we make up a fraction with that, so that when you simplify this, you still get the original problem. So you never change anything. That's the reason, right? So now let's go ahead and then do the operation. So that means we basically going to have to multiply this one by that one. And at the bottom, the same thing. Okay? So what does that mean? That means we're going to have to do 7 minus 2i times 3 minus 4i. So 7 times 3. So we're using FOIL method, the first, the outer, the inner, the last. Okay? So it's 7 times 3, which is 21. And then 7 times negative 4i is going to give us what? Negative 28i. Okay? Then the inner, negative 2i times 3 is going to give us what? Negative 6i. The last. Negative 2i times negative 4i is going to give us what? Negative times negative is positive. So it's plus 2 times 4, which is 8. So it's going to be 8i to the second power. Because I times I is going to give us I to the second power. Over, in this case, 3 times 3. That's the first. That will give us 9. 3 times negative 4i is going to give us what? Negative 12i. And then 4i times 3 is going to give us what? Plus 12i. And then 4i times negative 4i, which is the last. Positive times negative is negative. 4 times 4 is 16. And then I times I is I to the second power. Are you with me? Okay, don't fall asleep on me now. Okay, so let's go. All right, so now we have 21, and then if there's any like terms to combine, we're going to combine, right? So that means these two here are like terms, because negative 28, negative 6, both of them carry I. So that would be 28, add to this one here. So that gives us 34, because both of them carry the same sign. So it's going to be negative 34, then I, and then here, 8i to the second power becomes negative 8. Why? Because I to the second power is just the same thing as negative 1. Remember that? Okay? So I to the second power equals to negative 1. We keep that in mind. Okay? So that's the reason why this one becomes negative 8. And at the bottom, what's happening here? Anything that we can combine together, these two, it just happens that they are the same item with different signs. So what's going to happen? Both of them crossed out. And then you have 9 at the bottom again. Then minus. So what's going to happen here? So this one here, 16 stays 16. And then I squared again is negative 1. So it's negative 16 at the bottom. All right? So now we take this. We continue. So we're going to combine like terms still. 21 minus 8. It's going to give us what? 13, right? So it's going to be 13. So this is equal to 13. All right? Minus 34i. And that is over what? Over. Now here is 9 plus 16, because the two negatives together becomes positive. If you forget, it's like when you put negative 1, you put an invisible 1 in front of the parentheses here. Negative times negative will give you what? Positive. All right? So you end up with what? 13 minus 34i over 9 plus 16 is going to give us what? 25. Okay? So anything else that we can simplify? No. Because these two are going together. So you would not say, okay, let me take 13 over 25 and then simplify that and do anything like that. If you can, yes, why not? But in this case, you can just keep it like that. Okay? If this were to be 25, for example, then you can think about it. Okay? Otherwise, for now, just keep it. These two go together. And this is your final answer. All right? Okay. Thank you.